6 beyond the arc for the Warriors. So open up here in the third. Jrue Holiday back out there. Monty Kamara down on the block. Quentin Post, the only Warrior who played in the first half who did not score. 0 for 1. Shaedon Sharpe opens up the third with a bucket as we send it over to Ashley.
Yeah, guys, I just spoke with Portland assistant coach Quentin Crawford. Obviously said the game plan on Steph is working, but what about everyone else? He said, yeah, the biggest thing we talked about in that locker room, urgency to contest the three. The readiness and alertness has to be there from all 5 guys out on that floor. Execute more on the offensive end, less turnovers. He said nobody's hanging their head, though. Just continue to make the right play, and we'll get things going.
You starting a fight is a stretch. I can't see
I didn't say I threw blows. They were just upset. I wasn't emotional.
Okay, all right.
They were called Thomas, not me.
Sissoko got Green off his feet. City backs up. Buries it.
So the challenge is worth it. Right now, this is the Blazers defense you expected to see. But 6 quick points on back-to-back possessions for the Blazers.
It was a 26-point lead at the break. It's now down to 20. Steph going back to Draymond, who had a couple of those early, a little bit short. Shaedon Sharpe high into the air for that rebound. Hesitates, goes past Moody, brings it back. Kamara, wow, way off. Has yet to score in the game. Kamara averages 13 on the season.
Kamara shot far. That was not putting it close on that attempt.
Post also trying to get on the board. 0 for 1 tonight from the floor. Moses Moody stops, pops, mid-range jumper, good.
And that's why I think the mid-range is important, especially if you're a guy that's struggling to score and get your confidence. That mid-range is just equivalent as a jab in boxing. It can keep you in rhythm.
Good ball moving that time. To the corner, Kamara, who just missed everything, knocks this one down from the deep corner.
He heard me and said, shut up, Jamal. Give me time to cook.
Let me show you. We got 104 threes on the year. Post for his first tonight. No, Klingon clears it. Man owns the glass for Portland. Sharpe, a little bit too strong the pass from Jrue Holiday.
And Holiday, the
better start, much better for Portland offensively, though, despite that turnover. 3 of 4 to start this quarter from the floor. Green had it changed by Klingon.
And now Portland is putting stops together in a row. And this is when they're at their best, when they can get stops and strike early.
Jrue Holiday was looking for somebody. He said, why not just let it 2 feet? I'm tough. I'm coming back. But Thiago Splitter has had to deal with injuries the entire season. So many injuries.
It's his demeanor. It's the way he makes everybody feel involved and feel a part. He always knows what to say. He knows who to push, who to back up off. And he just definitely is very in tune with the player, and he demands your respect in a quiet way.
12-2 run to start this third quarter. Already 4 out of 6 from beyond the arc for Portland. They were 3 of 19 in the first half. Post with another miss. Still cold on the evening. Here's Jrue Holiday, who had his first game back last game after missing 27 games with the injury. Clinging. Holiday got it back. So 5 on the shot clock. Jrue glances up, says, I'll just go right to the hoop.
And it was that push dribble that Jrue did right there. He pushed the ball through, which made him a step faster, so he got to the basket easier.
Golden State just 1 of 5 here in the third quarter. Butler steps back in the corner, and that's a 3 for Jimmy.
Imagine that when Steph doesn't have his normal scoring night, you still have a star in Jimmy Butler who can take over an offense and make plays.
Sharpe creating against Moody, just finds a way.
And the last baskets in the paint for the Blazers. We talked about it earlier. That's where their bread and butter is, to create their threes even if they don't have any.
Sharpe with 17 in the game. Talking about creating. Third foul, by the way, on Monty Kamara. Second team foul here in the quarter. Curry trying to get it going. Just hasn't tonight.
And even that miss was a little bit different than how Curry misses. It shows you he's a little bit out of rhythm.
Kamara doesn't miss. The answer at the other end. It's a 12-point game. Blazers very much back in this one. 19-5. What they've done here in the third. Backdoor cut, good look. Butler with the miss. Holiday lost it, but it'll be Blazers basketball.
Well, we know this is great.
Curry trying to stay with Kamara. Going to back him in, use his size over to Clean. Jrue. They recover after the show. Holiday a little bit short. Taken away by Sharp. Great anticipation. Leaves it for Holiday, who had a layup. Kick it out to the corner for three in the miss.
Ah, tough one by Holiday. He predetermined.
Payton just hanging around down there off the lob.
Good pass by Curry.
Sissoko right back. Does not answer. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Curry, pump fake. Reloads. Got it. And we'll admire it for a moment.
You had to know it was going to happen.
It's coming.
It's coming.
At some point.
John Wick is in the building. You called the right number.
Second three of the night. So they got it to within 12. Another turnover for the Trailblazers. Curry gives it down to Butler. Too easy on the break. Thiago Splitter the timeout. It's a 7-0 Golden State run.
But now that feel that he had the first half seems to be leaving just a little bit.
Small differences in games in the runs back and forth. Holiday had that layup, which he passed up. Great lob to Williams this time, though.
He dunked on everybody.
Yes, he
Except
did.
me and you. We're the only ones running out there.
And would have if we were out there. So out of the timeout, set up, they get the bucket. Here comes Steph, back to work. Over the shoulder. Draymond tried to find him. Williams picks it off. Blazers on the move. Quick shot, Love. Nope. Caleb, who just came back in off the bench for Thiago Splitter.
There's that high screen and roll.
Moody left all by himself in the corner. Time to think. This time, less time. And got it.
And that's why when you overthink, that can be the best defender you see at times. Those were the hardest shots for me to make when I was wide open. It's a different type of rhythm when you're that open.
Yep. 25 assists in the game for Golden State here at ball movement. Another turnover. Draymond. They eventually creates. John Thompson with the three-pointer.
Big shot. They needed it. Right now, you're seeing the pace pick up. Portland understands that they have to hang around, and Golden State has found their energy as well.
Thompson hasn't done much of that, but 5 of 29 from beyond the arc. He does think that way, trying to shoot the threes time to time. Podziemski will let this one fly. Williams. Strong rebound inside after the dunk at the other end for Robert Williams. So under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Williams kicks. Kamara, quick hands by Steph, almost took it away. Thompson again. Steph with the hands, they do take it away. Payton, after Steph looks over here and winks at you.
Well, I told Steph I just have hands for handles.
That is, you were the reason they were back in the day.
I'm going back.
Come on, you tell me to say that kind of stuff. 24-point lead for the Warriors. That late run after the good start to the third from Portland. Here comes D'Anthony Melton trying to start way short on the first miss. So the threes have been this game, though, and many reasons why Blazers are up. But 19 made threes to 10 for the Trailblazers, and all the turnovers also by the Blazers in this game. 17 of them. Sissoko. Podziemski got a hand in there and made it to 10 assists. 2 of 9 from the floor. Horford the swing. Melton steps inside. Going to work in the paint. Contact. He'll go.
He said, obviously getting my legs back, but he said the mental aspect of it. He says you still feel your knee and think you're healthy, you're not hurt anymore, but then you kind of get into a rhythm, and then the training staff pulls you back a little bit. But he said he credits the Warriors training staff tremendously for helping him feel his best.
Another turnover for Portland. Ashley, thanks. That is, you talk to any athlete, that often is the biggest hurdle coming back.
There's always that last
over and back.
That last stage of coming back, right? You think you're good, you have good days.
Love to the line. Got the first one. Reminder, it's your last chance to shape U.S. versus world rosters by voting for your All-Stars. Use your NBA ID to select your players every day on the NBA app until January 14th. Every vote gives you a chance to win a free trip to NBA All-Star 2026 Intuit Dome in L.A. Kind of a legendary February on NBC. Super Bowl, NBA All-Star Game, and the Olympics. Crowded schedule.
Everything on NBC is legendary. As the Blazers come out in the zone just to try to mess with the rhythm of the Warriors.
Quick ball movement to the wing. Long three. There is Melton on cue after we just talked about it. So this lineup for, 14 of the last 15 games that Steve Kerr has settled into. But it's not just a starting lineup. It's a rotation pattern as well. Out, back in again. Ryan Rupert gets one to go. But Buddy Hield, as of late, has played fewer minutes. We haven't seen him tonight. And Jonathan Kuminga also 14 of the last 15 games.
And that's the part that's a little frustrating, I'm sure, for those guys as well, because Coach Kerr knows when you get into a rotation, you don't want to disrupt that. And so at times guys will be out of the rotation. At times they can find their way in. And, Hill's a knockdown shooter. You know what he brings to the table. And Kuminga's a young, rising player, so you know what he brings as well. And if they fit, at times over the course of the season they'll be there, and if they don't, they'll be out of it.
And it's 15 of the last 16 actually for Jonathan Kuminga, who is someone who's brought up often right now this time of the year in terms of trades and trying to make a move. And he was a much bigger part, a big part of what they were trying to do early in the season.
Absolutely, you can't question his talent. It's not about his talent, his professionalism. At times it's just about if it fits with the bigger picture, and that's for those guys to discuss and figure out. But Jonathan Kuminga can play, and there's no doubt about it.
That was last year when they acquired Jimmy Butler, and it really changed this team in so many ways. But at that point, after a couple of
getting to 10 to 20, because now you're in rhythm, now you can be aggressive and things start going your way.
Jemski draws the contact on the floor before,
because it's a mental reset that can reset the shooting, reset the mind, the body, and that's was one of my secrets. You got the secret sauce right there.
Well, you don't have to give secrets away now because it doesn't matter now. Might as well give them away.
Might as well.
But it's more of a feeling as a shooter than going out and looking at the structure of your shot or trying to change that or figure it out.
No, because when you do that too much, you become your own defender. You need to.
Young Hansen hit the deck here. He's holding his head. Coming into tonight, Golden State number 8 in the West, the Blazers number 9 in the West.
Well, coaches always keep you aware. Doc Rivers is really good as Love dances with the rock, gets it to Cook for the three. Knocks it down, but coaches are always aware because they're always thinking big picture. They always try to keep you present day by day, but big picture, they know this is a team you could be battling with for playoff position.
Talked about it at the start of the game. Critical time for Golden State because it's the 4th game of an 8-game homestand and a stretch where they've got 10 of 11 games at home. So this is the time to make their move. Melton trying to stay hot, doesn't buy this one. But you know, if you're Steve Kerr, we talked at the game against the Clippers on Monday night. He said, yeah, when we get home, we've got to do some damage right now to keep pace, to make sure we stay in that playoff picture the second half of the season.
Because just like a bad possession, coaches know a bad game can trigger other bad games. It's Moody, who they've been waiting on to get back on track.
Santos, Trace Jackson Davis also in the game. That's 20th turnover for Portland tonight. Whistle and a foul. Spencer in for Golden State, who had that run. Remember when Steph was hurt, had the quad. He actually started a few games and really
had some moments too, right?
He did, didn't he?
He had some moments. I remember a game here. He had some moments against OKC. And got the crowd fired up. He fires it up right off the bench.
Why not?
That's what professional scorers do, TJ. You can relate.
That mindset.
You can relate.
I love it. Why not? If I'm in there, I might as well shoot. Love had And it's stripped, taken away. 21 turnovers now.
Shoot again, buddy.
Jackson Davis, left hand. Devontae Cook, who was first-year man, undrafted back in 2023, first year here, but out of Winston-Salem State. Caleb Love lets it go.
And there are no meaningless minutes in the NBA. A guy like Love who can shoot the ball, establish yourself, get your coach's trust, and there's always people watching when you're on the court. Richard
from the corner. He's been quiet lately in games. The scoring's been down as of late. Does other things for them now. Love his basketball IQ. All right, so if you are Thiago Splitter, you're the Blazers. This one's thrown away again. Starts the break for Richard, who'll bring it back out. I mean, without Denny Avdia, you are missing 26 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. So obviously, it's going to take you at least a game to try to figure out what you're going to do without him. He'll not from three-point range, but on the drive this time. But what from this game, where do you go if you're Thiago Splitter, except for trying to get Denny back as quickly as possible?
Well, you show the great defensive plays. You show the plays where they did have a defensive run that third quarter where they got to 10, because that's how they're going to have to play. They're going to have to create offense off of their defense, because Denny Avdia is one of the best players in the league, and you can't replace him. But what you can do is try to create opportunities from a defensive standpoint.
That first 6-7 minutes of the third quarter, you would take that tape and show that to your team?
Yes, and I would show only 2 minutes of this, because this isn't how we're going to play if we're going to have an opportunity to win. We have to show the good stuff, especially with a young team.
The fourth quarter, pretty much. But he lost it, took an extra step, hanging on to it. So 17 years in the league, and to have that kind of joy for the game is special.
He's always stayed attached to that kid who he performs in front of pregame. And that's why he does it, because he knows what those moments and those memories create.
And his dad, Dell, in the house tonight. Charlotte on a West Coast trip. And so Seth out with that injury. He's played a couple of games, had a big game here against Oklahoma City at 14 points. And they hope to get him back and to be reevaluated. Well, Sunday, he just got reevaluated. They'll do it again. Sciatic nerve problems. Hit the 2-minute mark here, which has been all Golden State from the start. They've never trailed in this game. Remember, it was team the lead early. Got threatened a little bit early on in the third quarter, but that's it. Reminder coming up on
revenge against the Blazers.
Yeah, 3-0 was the count so far this season.
Left in the fourth quarter.
The Knicks coming here Thursday for a matchup with Golden State, and then the